the last couple times I was live. We'll go over it some more. There's just like so much to do and so much to talk about this week. It's going to be very, very busy. And in addition to like my life being crazy, Preordain is unbanned, which is very exciting. I have a lot of decks I want to try Preordain in. A lot of decks that kind of like get opened up with the presence of Preordain. Today we're starting with this kind of experimental Murktide build, more or less. Playing Dreadhorde Arcanist over Ragavan, and just playing Channeler Ragavan Murktide Regent as your creature suite of choice. Could play one more creature, you could play like one Ledger Shredder if you wanted to, won't play one less of these 1-mana counterspells, so I like the 1-mana counterspells a lot. I think Ragavan still kind of sucks, maybe not quite as bad as it was a month ago. Maybe things have changed a lot and Ragavan's like a lot better. Maybe there's just enough Tron that Ragavan is really good, but I will say, Dreadhorde Arcanist is banned in Legacy because it's so good with cantrips in that format. Also Wastelanded Days, how it make Dreadhorde Arcanist a lot better. Force of Will's also a big thing, but it's banned in Legacy just because it's so broken there, and it's been held back in Modern due to the lack of one of our mods, Marv. What about Lore and Reveal the Murktide? I don't like it very much in the Murktide deck exactly. I think Lore and Reveal is like better in decks with higher mana curves. But it's, that's not an opinion. Sometimes when it comes to Magic deck building opinions, you have like very firm beliefs and like you really think this is how it should be. I like when it comes to Lore and Reveal to Murktide, I don't feel super strongly, and I could be convinced otherwise. I think it's close. Mishra's Bauble, Mana Confluence, Delighted Halfling. What the hell? Basura the 30, Gav the 26. Thank you as well. What is happening over here? I'm keeping both of these. I'm blasting this. Oh, wait. Should I graveyard? Yeah, I guess I should actually grave this for Murktide, but still, really, I think keeping on top to graveyard for Murktide is right. Winota? Well, why are they playing Bauble? Ascendancy? Ascendancy's a good guess, yeah. Breach variants? Plaza of Heroes. Oh, it's Lonus combo. Weird. Is it Lonus? Is that the name of the Kethis? Yeah, who is Lonus? Lonus is the investigate thing. I realized that wasn't the right card. Let's maybe like keep a counterspell up this turn. Oh, whoa, the 3-pack. Thank you. You gotta give us a for. We'll make sure to thank them. This is for deck tech. I guess we can do a deck tech. Biz of the 20 months, thank you. But it better not be for a flash deck, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Yeah, it's like, please, if we get flooded with deck techs, we're with peace and love. Go back on vacation. I don't know. There's no way to manage it. Maybe just make it an 8/8 here is better. But I want to be able to cast the counterspell, turn on Delirium again. No, it's so funny how Aether Vial looks like this. So we win this game. Congrats on your 5-0. I need to chew a little bit more on this, I think. Hearse is probably pretty good against them. Kethis is a 3/3 or a 3/4, right? Sprite preview card Lion Sash? Yeah, back when I got preview cards, huh? A different age. Spell Snare doesn't seem like it's likely that good. Yeah. Yeah, Moon definitely good. Hey, Spider. I got to hang out with Spider Space. That was awesome. I went on a boat with Spider Space. I went on a boat with Harry MTG. I went on a boat with Esther. I went on a lot of boats with Esther. Man, Venice was so cool. They have water buses. It's just a boat bus. That was the coolest shit ever, dude. I really like being on the water. I like trimming a Murktide. I'll trim a Spell Pierce too. I mean, it's a fairy deck. I've got heats and stuff. Arcanist seems great. Trim an iteration. The draw. America's they see public transport. Well, you see water public transport. I mean, me and Esther were public transporting the whole time. It was awesome, but it's the novelty of a water bus was awesome. It was so cool. It was just like a boat bus. That's I don't know. I thought it was so cool. JF for the 3-4 months. Why me with the 2? Thank you. Okay, I have a deck tech, huh? I forgot about this for a second. I've said this several times. I don't know how to build Death in Taxes. I don't know how to do it. I don't know what is going on with this archetype, where you could look at the cards and be like, yes, we need one more. We need one more Archon of Emeria. Yes, we need one less Boromir. I guess you just have to play it a lot, but I mean, let me see. What can I give you? What can I give you? What can I give you? I historically have not liked Lion Sash very much. It's a bit better with the Solitudes and the Aether Vials. Maybe this is a fine shell for this card, even though I don't usually like it very much. Your numbers look fine. They definitely look fine. I would probably play the second Children before I played the first Sarah Paragon. I think Sarah Paragon is truly awful, especially with no Mishra's Baubles. But also 19 lands feels like one too few. I would want to play 20 lands potentially, at least with 4 Aether Vials, maybe even 21 with 4 silent clearings. So maybe just cutting the Sarah Paragon for a land is a way to start. Are they also playing Acerak, or is this just a good card in their deck? I'm going to counter this, I think. Potentially represents millions of mana. Is no Monkey explaining deck tech? Yeah, but Arcanist is also better than Monkey, I think. It's kind of about that simple. Also, I would probably just play, instead of the Archon of Emerias and the Boromirs, I would try to just play 4 Ranger Captain and get, I don't know, maybe, I guess you're, kind of light on, 1 mana spells in the main deck besides just your Forged Tinders, huh? But I would try to do that. Okay, I know I like my top cards, I'm not going to consider here. I'm not going to even consider... I'm sorry for making that joke. Considering to make that joke. Needed an untapped land here. Maybe I should have known I was a bit too likely to not find one. That's okay. Maybe I'll play around Endurance. Not that I think they have the card. So this is a lot of loose thoughts on an archetype that I've never given a helpful deck tech to once in my entire career, and don't intend to start anytime soon. Their hand is all rings. Yeah, maybe. It's not a bad guess, actually. Let's keep this on top. If they minus the Teferi, we get to go Burn Spell, Arcanist Counterspell up. If they plus, we get to go, hopefully, Burn Spell attack. The Ace Rack get better with Ring and Bowmaster. I would have to probably, to answer that question, I would need to venture back into the dungeon and recall if the dark the dark pill doesn't target, right? The dark pill doesn't target. Well, you probably have to play the Ring in your Ace Rack combo deck, right? But then you're playing a 4 mana spell, and that's not a creature in your Heartless Summoning deck. Don't fail, don't fail, don't fail, don't fail. Please don't fail. I'm just a wee lad. No! Come on, dude. I can't believe they've done this. Any tips on what to play to get into Modern? Well, I get this question all the time, and my answer is always that Modern is a very unique and interesting format with lots of, like... Let's keep a Pete for, like, a... whatever that card is called. Modern is a very unique format with lots of, like, potential for self-expression and, like, identifying strongly with a particular deck, particular archetype, and I just recommend shopping around for a long time. Just taking your time, shopping for a deck that you're going to jive with. There's no rush. Just, like, watch a lot of content, just find a deck that looks cool to you, but Modern, again, is just such a unique place that I can't really tell you what that deck would be. Who can afford that? Oh my gosh, I forgot chatters are always so fucking annoying. Yeah. Anyone can afford it with, like... One, watching content is free. Watching content is free, and you can just watch and find a deck that you like. That's one way to do it for free. Two, you can you can proxy decks with friends and find a deck that you like. You can also use a rental service on Magic Online or wait for an all-access event and do it pretty cheaply. It's just, you don't have to. People act like you have to fucking buy the entire deck on TCG Player, and before you like can like experience something. It's so annoying every single time I give this answer. It's so like obtuse. Just love to be like, no, actually, stupid chatters. Did not cite a Narset. Maybe should have cited the Narset. Alright, let's keep the... Oh yeah, sorry, I have a sorcery. There's like a million ways to do it, you know? But chatter... I don't know, it's just so annoying. Okay, I'm definitely keeping that. Maybe I should have... no, I think we want to keep the other heat. We would have been able to dig pretty deep. So we know the 34 months. Thank you. In fact, I'll tell you this. Chatters who are like, every time someone asks how to get in Modern and everyone gives the same answer, buy 8 Whack or Burn or Prowess, a deck that just doesn't appeal to like a big chunk of the player base. This is like a huge chunk of the player base is not going to enjoy playing those kind of decks. That is more expensive than just taking your time watching content, proxying, or buying a rental service. That it's less expensive to do that than to buy your stupid budget deck first and then get into things later. That source is a controller. Exiles a card at random. If it's a land card, put it battlefield, otherwise cast it. Okay, that's fine. I like Prowess. Yeah, it is okay. It was always allowed to like prowess, but not everybody does. Not everybody does like prowess, but I will tell you this: everybody else, or the majority of other people who answer the question how to get into modern, will tell you to buy a burn deck, buy a prowess deck, buy a whole deck, and that is you know, not gonna be something that appeals to everyone, and is also much more expensive. All right, we're just gonna Blood Moon him, then we're one short of Lightning Bolt, right? Oh, although they would have died to the ring damage. Oh, sorry, we should have bolted them. But I also don't think they can beat this. Yeah, I forgot about the ring damage. Busy rambling. Can they counter off the Rona? No, you have to cast it immediately, right? Buy a playset of every magic card that exists before you start learning about the game. And then, after you learn about the game and you decide you like magic, then you'll have every card. It's great. Thought you'd be out of the country a bit longer. I was gone for a long time. I am happy to be back. Okay, turn 1 halfling. Probably up against 4 color here. I'm gonna heat. Hope that we don't miss our land drop, but so these Preordains are 4. Oh yeah, buy 2 playsets, you don't have to move things between decks. This is a real pro suggestion. Yeah, Preordain is awesome. I'm like very excited about it. Ragnar with the 26 months, thank you. How does this list somehow look better without Rag? Yeah, I know it's weird, right? Like, I remember like a year when Ledger Shredder came out, we did this where we played just Shredder, DRC, Murktide, and we did pretty well with it. But at the time, I think it was still like wrong to cut the Ragavans. But like back then, it looked kind of like ridiculous to cut the Ragavans. Now, I think it looks pretty reasonable. Like, I think the list like just kind of looks better with that Ragavan. I do agree. Just so funny to think how things have changed. Maybe I'm not supposed to cast this here. Yeah. Thought we would be high enough chance to get another land, but it's okay. Ooh. Well, that's bad. Is Dreadhorde only playable because of Preordainers have been underplayed in general? It's not a card I would have been super excited about without Preordain. I've played it in the past, and it's been okay in the past. And they find a Fury. I think I will play the Arcanist this turn. If they go land Fury, they have to have a fetch land, or like, you know, Steam Vents. There's a good number of lands that don't let them play the Fury. I'm very okay if they evoke Fury. Yeah, they can't even cast it. Bob, 8 months, thank you. Probably need a Bolt Hold counter. Yeah, I feel like there's just like too many. I really feel like we need to put a creature to play this turn. We're just so slow for not putting a creature into play. Here we can put 2 creatures into play. Well, definitely feeling a little bit of tension between the Arcanist and the Murktide in this exact spot. Although I could just still leave a Preordain in the yard. Yeah, I think just doing this is fine. Could upkeep heat. Just gonna leave the option available. Yeah, put on with all the space arts. It's very cool. Very stylistic. Yeah, I believe I have enough subs for the better split. I haven't like looked exactly, but because it doesn't just tell you all the time. You have to like break it up and then like count. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong, because like it only cares about paid subs for the split, but doesn't tell you exactly how many you have. But you can figure it out. It takes like 5 or 10 minutes, at least the way I did it last time. But it looks like I'm well over with like a cursory glance or with what I've checked about so far. Okay, I'll bring in the blood. I'll bring in the blood moons on the play, on the draw, maybe down to like 1 or 0 post board. Don't want the 4th spell pierce. 3 is a pretty reasonable number. Could maybe play 2 instead. I think I may just cut the 4th bolt. The 4th Murktide seems pretty cuttable. Got the snare also, and just keep 3 pierces there. That seems pretty reasonable. I do want both blood moons on the play. On the draw, I think we're probably going to be submitting something like this. Maybe on the play, I just play 2 bolts, and then more bolts on the draw for halfling. Dress down. I don't think you want dress down against them. It's like 2 mana counter the card draw on Omnath, just like pretty mediocre. Rather just counter the Omnath if possible. Thoughts on the 5-color Gorilla at top 60 Pro Tour? You said it sucks. I did maybe say that. I don't recall saying it, but I also don't know if I believe it that it sucks. I don't know. The thing about Goryo is I have no strong opinions on any Goryo's list. I think that it is very hard to build the Goryo's deck perfectly, but from my experience, I've seen infinite builds of Goryo's. I've seen the deck built in like every conceivable way. I've really just gone across the multiverse and opened up my third eye and I've really seen it all, I feel. But what I haven't seen is like a build of Goryo's that really convinces me that this is like a good deck, or that this is like a deck that you want to play in Modern. You know what I mean? It's like it's a little fragile, and it's a little it's fragile and inconsistent, like no matter how you build it, and has some very powerful draws, but so does every other deck you're building in theory, right? I've seen a Goryo's deck without any legends. I mean, I've seen Twitch chatter suggesting Goryo's with Archon sometimes, and persist with the Traxa. That happens sometimes. Well, I'll take the card that we can cast through the Chalice. Let's Bauble ourselves, maybe? Alright, seeing a counterspell on top, let's just go slam Murktide, hold up counterspell. Illusions, the 28, thank you. Are prelims worth it in contrast to spamming leagues? For me, I like streaming leagues more because I have like a bit more. I just get to fire. I get to fire the leagues really quickly, and it makes like the content faster. And I can just drop and just keep playing if things are going well. Prelims are like, I think, very good if you don't have a ton of time, though. If you're someone who just doesn't have as much flexibility on your schedule as I do, I would really recommend playing prelims. They're also like more competitive. There can be better testing too. Yeah, just casting Consider for future delve. We don't have any outs to the. I'm not playing an Otawara. because we're down on to 16 lands. Let me just let this go. I like that it unlocks my iteration plus counterspell. I mostly just want to be protecting the Murktide in this weird game. Might as well. Again, just casting those so a future Murktide gets bigger. Veil of Summer, please. The one time I want them to have Veil of Summer. No, don't dispute. Don't dispute me, please. Oh no, come on, dude. I don't deserve this. Oh, Flusterstorm also gets through the Chalice. Dang. Bummer. That being said, we... Oh. I mean, there's no, like, correcting here. I'm not gonna, like, pass back and let them draw, like, a couple extra cards. Sometimes you can correct, sometimes you can't. I am gonna kill the Teferi. I still have lethal next turn with the Arcanist growing the Murktide. I guess the Arcanist also attacks for 1. It is what it is. Do you think Preordain is an auto-include in the Murktide? At the moment, so like one thing is, you know, if you're a Murktide player, do you not want to just spend like 3 or 4 weeks playing with the card to figure that out? Yeah, I guess I don't need to counter this. I could just counter the Solitude if they hit it. Like, for me, I really just want to spend 3 or 4 weeks trying that out if I'm playing Murktide. And I'll say this also, that like you really cannot... They want like a Force of Negation on the draw. They have Chalice, they have Teferi, they have Wrenn. 2 Forces? No, I don't want to not be trying it. I don't want to be not trying it. But like my opinion right now as someone who like has been in Europe for 3 weeks is that I think Preordain is better than Consider, and I would be playing 4 in all my Murktide lists right now is my evaluation. But it's also true that I have barely cast Preordain in Modern, and I've been liking it a lot, but I don't know for sure how good it is. I think there's enough. Like if they just don't have Wrenn and 6, this counterspell is really nice. Obviously, like if they have it, the counterspell is not as good, but I think being good in like every other game is reasonable, right? They have Chalice, which funny enough doesn't do anything against any of my hands here. Maybe I should have cast Into the Fire in my sideboard though. Please no more drafts on YouTube. Please just don't click on them if you don't want to watch them. I also like have been gone for 3 weeks, so we needed something to put up there, but just don't watch them and shut up with peace and love. Alright, let's slam Narset. They don't get to draw their card here. Maybe we could keep Narset in 5. Maybe. I don't know. Seems like I want to be digging for more counterspells, but maybe. Mostly just dead here. I think we'll just be dead. Like using your fetch, like your fetch lands for Preordain matter a lot less than like any other cantrip, like Serum Visions or Ponder or Brainstorm. It's like the only time you like get really punished is when you go top, and sometimes you want to think about it, but it's just like not often that relevant. Adriga the 33 months, thank you. Why no Flame of Anor is nice against Chalice as synergy Dreadhorde. Yeah, we could play against Flame. We could play Flame of Anor. I don't know if we could main deck it. Rustvale Bridge, huh? Yeah, we could have a Cast into the Fire. I don't like love that card, but it's okay. So I mean, they're a boom bust variant. I mean, I really can't tap out for this iteration anytime soon. I need Delirium. I would cut the 4th Merc, which is way too much. 3 is more than enough. I would like love to just have Nassif sitting next to me. I could just pull out for comments like this, but like the difference between 3 and 4 Murktide is it's not that big. It's like Nassif, it does a great job of making fun of people who like sweat these like very close choices so much. He does a great job. So he says it way better than I do, but like people like make a huge deal about 3 versus 4 Murktide, this kind of stuff, and like obviously you need to think about this decision. But comments like saying 4 is way too many, 3 is more than enough. It's the answer is you really want like about 3.5 Murktide. I know this and you know this, but it's very close and it doesn't matter a ton. That being said, we also only have 12 creatures in this deck. Like most Murktide players. Like I want 12 creatures, so you could cut a Murktide for like the first Ledger Shredder. I think that could be fine. But to make it like it's this big deal because you play 3 Murktides, it's just not that serious. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna main phase this, looking for another channeler, I guess. I mean that's like a counterspell. Troll with 8 months. JP with a 10. Ben with 18. Thank you. I'm not saying it's better than Merc. Having multiple Mercs in hand is usually bad. Like you don't want to draw 3 turns. Yeah, I understand. Like I understand, y'all. I know that you don't want to draw multiple Murktides early. You do really want to draw Murktide. Like this is a spot. Like Murktide is like the best draw by a lot. You know if your opening hand has 3 Murktides, you can mulligan. There's sometimes you mulligan 2. It's just like Murktide is like the best draw here by a lot. This is maybe a weird example, but it's just not that serious. Like it's okay. It's okay. I think this is a spot where I'll care about this scry. Okay, I'll probably do this. Slap of 21, thank you. Post sideboard as well, painfully. I can almost bet this is part of sideboard rip. Yeah, you can side out your Murktides too, but here's like another thing too, right? Like if you play 3 Murktides in your deck, I play 4. We have this exchange, we talk about it. Please just don't be pushy and just like continue to like argue your point over and over and over again. It's just you are free to play less Murktides in this list if you want to. I'm free to play more, and I really do not want to go back and forth on the same thing over and over again. Dread School Twitch Prime, thank you. This game really makes you wish that Snare was Spell Pierce. I mean, I wouldn't play 4 Spell Pierce in my main deck. So, I don't know. I have 3 in the main deck already. It's kind of okay. I think I'll just... Well... We'll take a draw. That's a 9. I mean, I think I just don't bolt them since they can, if they tap the ring, they're dead to another bolt. What I like Snare over Stern Scolding. I mean, you could play a Scolding over a Snare. I like that. For me, it's as simple as Snare counters Red in 6, game 1, which is like something I really want to be able to do. There's lots of non-creature 2-mana spells. Yeah, I think I bolt now. I guess I could just bolt out there end of turn still pretty easily, but yeah, I guess there's not really any reason to. Oh wait, sorry, I should have Spell Snared. Oops. Okay, end of the ring, nothing mattered. They're just gonna cast rings. Well, I mean, that's kind of the nice thing about like not being able to beat something is you don't have to think about playing again around it. We just can't beat another ring, so we don't need to worry about it. But yeah, I think Scolding is a better sideboard card overall, but it's very close, you know. Oh, sorry, I thought I already dragged the Spell Pierce in. Oh, that was the. Didn't mean to drag the Scolding in. Yeah, Spell Snare counters Counterspell, it counters Rin in 6. I don't know, I just kind of feel like it's better. And they both counter Bowmaster. And like Scolding is like a lot better against Yawgmoth, but I think it's like Snare is better for the most part. Cutting Terminate's also a pretty big deal. You put back a Consider. Let's shuffle that away. Wow, I didn't think they had Ragavan. Channel is a really nice pickup here. I think that we're supposed to just go Channeler with Spell Pierce up. I know that Arcanist is a better blocker for the Ragavan. But it's just obviously such a disaster if they have removal, and if they don't have a good turn to Arcanist with Spell Pierce up next turn will also be a really good turn next turn. You know, the creatures you can see, Flares the deck, Shredder is fear too expensive. I mean, yeah, Ragavan, Shredder, like other cards I would play. You could play, so like, again, you could play like the first Shredder over the 4th Murktide and then write an essay about how you're the best deck builder ever, and it's fine. But I've been on vacation for 3 weeks. I haven't been playtesting off stream. I'll be getting back into playtesting off stream tonight. But for the most part, a lot of this is just very marginal. Alright, let's just attack first. I was thinking about maybe casting the Murktide before considering, but I think with this Lightning Bolt we just have enough options to chill. Could keep this. Being able to force a ring seems pretty good. Yeah, let's keep this. Play only Baldur's Gate 3. Man, I really want to play more Baldur's Gate 3. Yesterday, I like woke up at a normal time, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to play a little bit of Baldur's Gate 3, and then get some playtesting done. And I played Baldur's Gate 3 for like 3 or 4 hours, and I was having a good time, and then I just slept for like 16 hours. It was, or from like 7 p.m. to like 6 a.m., however long that is. Probably not 16. Like 11 hours. On to the 2 months. Toe to the 4, thank you. Baldur's Gate 3 stream. I don't know. It's like I need to get my like numbers up. I need to be focusing on streaming Magic because I've been on such vacation. If I wasn't on vacation, and also like it's Baldur's Gate is like 2 weeks old. People are like less interested. I'm unlikely to do a Baldur's Gate stream. I was thinking you could play some Force of Negations in the main deck too. It's like pretty good to like Arcanist Force on tap one. Okay, this hand looks great. Yeah, it's like we have a card on ban I need to be focused on. We'll see. Punch with the 2, toe with the 4, mark with the 16. Thank y'all. Can't believe they made a video game off the Bad Magic set. Was Baldur's Gate a Commander set, or was? Because there was the standard set was the Forgotten Realms, right? I really like the Forgotten Realms too. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I should have played around Mana Tithe instead of Dash Ragavan. Damn it, it just didn't turn off my F6 fast enough. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how digested video game content, or like new video, and they don't even have a second land. Yeah, but it's just like, I feel like people just chew up like new video game content so fast that it's been out for 2 weeks, so I'm not even considering streaming it. I guess nobody plays around it. Should creativity be playing Preordain, or is it too straining on the mana? My answer to that is I'm not sure. I think that you want to try it. But I'm not sure. Like for me, I'm just kind of in the try it. Like you should be trying it state of mind. Let's keep both of these. This year, no conference list, top 8, the 20K this weekend. No, I did not see that, but that is cool. I think someone in chat actually said something about it, though. I mean, it's a 3-mana non-creature spell. I'm gonna spell Pierce it. But what the hell is it doing in their deck? Maybe it's good. We'll never know. We'll like literally never know if this card is good. I know there's a lot of chatters who are like, Spike, are you gonna try this card in X or Y deck? And I'm like, I'm not sure why I would, but. And they're like, yeah, I'm not sure either. Probably want to hold up Counterspell here, right? Palantir is actually good. Is it? I will never know. It'll just always get countered. But Ring is better. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe if Ring doesn't exist. When if Ring gets banned, you start playing this instead. Caleb played an Emrakul strategy. It's funny seeing people done for. Maybe it is. It's good. For me, I've yet to see it resolve, and it's one of those cards again, you really never know how good or bad something is until you play with it, which is also kind of like why my stream has always been kind of successful is that I usually take the time to play stuff off stream. I haven't been able to because I've been on vacation, but you can't play everything. There's only a certain number of hours in the day, and just my general evaluation is this card isn't good enough to try. I don't know. It's much better than the Ring and Draft. Yeah, that's true. I would take it over the Ring and Limited. but not very likely to get too mythic. Ooh, just playing a lot of cantrips. This build is probably too slow, too weak to Bowmasters. But I'm working on it. Twiddle decks feel like they want an Oracle. I hate to build these decks with Oracle. I like to build them with like Karn, or like a way to win the game that doesn't require me just having a dead card. Like Wish or Karn, like these things that like help you give you consistency and give you payoffs without like just putting a dead card in your deck. Why not red? I've seen Wish being played more. So yeah, you could be red too. Like this is, again, it's just an early draft in a deck that has like a million different directions you could go in. Why no Fury on the side? I mean, I don't think Fury is a very good sideboard card in Murktide. It's okay. Like you can play one. It's fine. But it's, I don't know. It's Murktide sideboards are really. You just kind of shove whatever in there. I don't know. Like I would really only play Fury in my sideboard if I was expecting a lot of Yawgmoth, which I can't imagine. There's a lot of Yawgmoth on Moto right now. What's with the 15 months? Thank you. Thank you for the congrats. Flam Pixoneer with the 21. Thank you. Is Storm a viable deck in Modern? I mean, yeah. Well, I guess viable. Like, you know, what is that? What does that word even mean? But you can win with it. We've worked on a lot of different versions. There's a lot of good stuff going on with the archetype, but I don't know what the best way to build the deck is, and we've tried a lot of different versions. The ring is really good in it, but we're in a metagame that's like very like dedicated to beating the ring. So, what's the 15? Flame with the 21. Thumb with the 3. Think Palantir would be worth a try and calibrate Cottage deck. Yeah, people have suggested this constantly since Lord of the Rings came out. Spike, when are you going to try Palantir with Witch's Cottage? And I say this every time. Why would I? Why would you? You're just going to cottage your shadow to the top. You're going to put your Palantir trigger on the stack, and they're just going to, they're never ever going to take damage from it. They're always just going to, you know, they also know it's on top. You know what I mean? I've just been so confused. Yeah, they just let you draw. They just let you draw, right? Every single time. And then you've done all this setup to put a Shadow of Mortality on top of your library, and it doesn't deal the damage. They just let you draw a card. Like there's no way to get them because they also know it's on top of your library. Just graveyard that. Let's bottom both of these. Probably keep this on top just to get another card in the yard. Do you want Blood Moon against the Coffers deck? I think I want at least the first one. We're just keeping Heats over Bolts. For Shieldred. Maybe we play 1 Bolt. Trim Channeler. Trim Arcanist. Trim Murktide. It's kind of yikes. Play Dothipus board. I mean, they have Bowmaster Shieldred, but We still have like 5 burn spells. I think it's a pretty good number. Also have the Spell Snare. How sad is Magic nowadays? Opponent plays Ring and wins the game. I mean, this is modern, but like, if you're playing a grindy matchup and your opponent resolves a 4-mana spell, you lose that game most of the time. It's kind of always been the dynamic. It's okay. Scolding would be decent. It's just like, it's only good against Bowmaster. Like, Snare is definitely better. You could play one though. Like, maybe you're supposed to have like the first Scolding against all of the Bowmaster builds, right? I'm not sure. How's the place of the Murktide feeling so far? You could play one less, but Murktide's a really good card, and I think you can maybe struggle to close games sometimes without it. Playing against a deck with 4 relics. A bit worse against this deck. Surprised they didn't just take 1. Well, let's not Blood Moon my double swamp opponent. Let's just pass back. Giving up your turn 2 Blood Moon feels rough pertaining to Dreadhorde over Rag. I agree that hitting your opponent with your turn 1 Ragavan and casting a Blood Moon on turn 2 is really good against big mana decks. There are other situations that can arise in games of Magic. I don't know. I don't know. It's like, people do this a lot when we're talking about card choices. They're like, you give up this like nut draw possibility with Ragavan. Like, I know, but Ragavan is also like the worst it's been in a long time, and I'm just like not that excited to put the card in my deck. We've also played against Scam twice. Arcanist has been like very good against them, and like I think is like a really nice upgrade to Ragavan in that matchup specifically, and it is, yes, and then no Ragavan is worse against these big mana decks. And I think this is not that difficult of a conclusion to come to. Taking a Joel stab, I'm okay just being super dead. Is Arcanist that good against Scam when they have Voidwalker? Yeah, I missed streaming 2 hours ago. It's okay. We got a lot of questions to get out of their system. Yeah, I want to try Arcanist and Prowess. I have a build. I'm a couple cards short. We'll be working on it soon. Does feel like this build is a little soft to ring, but I mean that's kind of the problem with like Murktide in general. Mike with 2 months, thank you. Another Swamp Thoughtseize. Does she Jarvis as Grixis Shot with Arcanist? I did not know. Take a look if you want to link it though. What the fuck? What the fuck? Just what the hell? I have never had a Force of Despair cast against me, ever. I've never seen this card cast. I leave for 3 weeks and people are registering Force of Despair. What is happening? I've literally not once seen that card cast against me. Yeah. It only took 4 years. So Jarvis trophied with this list. 2 Bowmaster, 2 Shadow. Weird numbers. 18 lands. Could probably play 17 really easily. Maybe with 3 colors, maybe it's a bit harder. Imagine a second Force of Despair there. I think have to graveyard that. Hitting 2 canals here isn't ideal. Rod, 6 months, thank you. Got him. Kinda. Yeah, it feels hard to say no to a counterspell here, I guess. Oh, they just F6'd. We can keep that on top, I think. So hand, bottom, exile. Just fetch before doing any more surveilling. And I'm definitely gonna bold flashback bold. Do I have plans to play Timeless Amulet anymore? Well, I really wouldn't be casting a lot of Preordains. I do actually have a build of Timeless Amulet that might want to play Preordain, but I'm not sure yet. I think I just want more cantrips and counterspells. Maybe bolts. Guess I just have lethal next turn. Do you have Orcish Bowmaster in your hand? Opponent, you missed your land drop last turn! You missed your land drop! You can't have Troll of Khazad-dûm in your hand! I guess they just F6 through their turn. That would make some sense. I think 1 Blood Moon on the draw. We went down to, maybe I went 2 heat, 3 bolt, and then still turn 1/1/1. Julia, the 9 months, thank you. Can opponent cast Endurance in response to Arcanist trigger to stop and block the Arcanist? Yes, Endurance very good against Arcanist. I can keep this. Arborist, think of it 2 months. Welcome back. Usually favorable with a 3, thank you as well. Yeah, we could have a Flame of Anor or 2 in the sideboard. Could play 1 in the main. I don't feel very strongly. I guess I'm supposed to keep the stupid Preordain here. Come on, Preordain. Let's go. Third Thoughtseize, huh? Coffers currently does not top for mana. Yeah, a Preordain a lot better than... yeah, a Preordain only sees 1 more card to consider. One is, it sees twice the cards. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're just supposed to play Arcanist here. I'm going to try to remember to get I have one Blood Moon, but I only have 2 basics against their deck with all the fields. I should probably get an island because of the Blood Moon. Opponent with 4 1-mana interactive spells. Pretty good for the Coffers deck. Do they have another land? They do, but it's a Field of Ruin. So that'll unlock their coffers for next turn. Let's not crack this fetch yet, because if they have Bowmasters, then all of a sudden I'm just inviting them to resolve their Bowmasters. Kind of weird. But they're gonna they should Field of Ruin me here, right? So that they can unlock their coffers, so we get to hold up Counterspell on their turn for a 4-drop. Got 2 cards in their hand. 1 card in their hand. Very much up your alley. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is like exactly the list I was playing pre-leaving for the testing house. It's funny, but yeah, I didn't actually see the list yet, but shout out. I obviously like the archetype a lot. Okay, if I see a counterspell on top, I won't cast the iteration, so we'll bubble ourselves. That's one that we, well, maybe it was actually, sure. 8-0 day 1. Yeah, I mean, I obviously think this deck's good. Like, I played it a ton. Was a serious contender for the PT. Kind of wish I had played it. Yo, why is Modern so garbage nowadays? I don't know. Like, what do you... I think Modern's awesome at the moment, but comments like this are really funny. It's like, hey, Spike, you know your favorite format in the world? Oh, why does it suck so much? I don't know. What a comment. It's like, why are you watching a Modern stream if you think Modern is garbage? Worst neighbor, 17 months, thank you. Callow, 11 months, thank you. 8 mana. They go 34 months. Ray is definitely forcing this. Getting to exile, it's very nice. Down to no cards in hand though, but hopefully with these surveils we can find something. Well, playing in a damnation, but I need to pressure though, of course. So hopefully we can dodge a top deck or two. Uh-oh. Oh. Wow, like that's like the one top deck we're like really happy to see. It's like even like maybe better for us than them drawing a land because we get to like double surveil here. Like to surveil 2 bricks away is crazy. Okay, so now we have lethal if they brick. Or even being a lot of their draws. Well. Bullshit. Yet again, the Surveillance and Channeler just easily win the game. Did I change my microphone? This is the microphone I was using pre-leaving. I had been using like a little clip-on mic when I was streaming from the hotel. So 3-2 that league. Should we play another one of these, or should we play the Demi-Lich deck? Let's play the Demi-Lich deck. I've been itching.